What's up everyone, Clayton here, and today we're back with another Skyrim build. Today's build is called the Briarheart. The Briarheart is a Breton who is part of the Forsworn. The Forsworn are also called the Reachmen. The Reachmen's main goal is to retake the land known as the Reach, which is the land located in the west side of Skyrim. The Briarheart also has this goal in mind. He wants to take back the land in the name of the Forsworn. He was leading groups of Reachmen throughout Skyrim to attack towns and military outposts when he was caught in an Imperial ambush. With his newfound powers of the Voice, he'll once and for all gain back the land his people lost. So this build is pretty much a Briarheart. Briarhearts are forsworn that get their heart taken out, and through some necromancy like spell thing, they get a Briarheart, which is like a plant, implanted it in their heart to where they should be, and it's a whole thing with hags and hogravens. That's how they actually become alive again, and they're kind of zombies. But they're the most powerful of the forsworn, and sometimes they're leaders. So let's go ahead and talk about the skills we have for this build. We have Conjuration, Destruction, Restoration, Alteration, and One-Handed. The Conjuration is mostly for just summoning an Atronach to fight by your side. It gives you a little bit more utility so you don't have to tank the whole time. Destruction, you'll be using Frost Magic. The reason why I'm going to be using Frost Magic is that it's really good against people who are melee. So if you're fighting a lot of two-handed users, you can use a lot of Frost Magic to steal their stamina. Also, there's a perk called Deep Freeze, which actually freezes a target if you hit them with frost damage when their target is low. So it's really good, and it's really good for CC, or crowd control, to make sure you can fight more than one enemy at once. Restoration is good to stay alive. Alteration is really good, because this build is actually pretty good at mages, because mages use magic, and you are a Breton, so you are automatically resistant to magic, as well as alteration perks called magic resistance, will actually give you more magic resistance against mages, so it's really good against mages. Also, you can get perks to increase how long your flesh spells you last, because that's what I use for alteration, is the flesh spells to make myself a little bit more tanky. And for one-handed, I guess one-handed is our last skill, and for one-handed I use dual wield, so make sure to get dual savagery and things of that nature. Also, you have to just go with what you're using. Since I use 2 swords, I get the bladesman perks. If you're using 2 axes, you can get hacks and slash. It just kind of depends on what you're using. You can also throw enchanting and smithing into this build. You pretty much can throw enchanting and smithing into any build and improve it a lot. So yeah, if you guys want to do that, go ahead and do that. For the weapons and armor, for the armor anyways, I use forsworn armor. You can get the Old God set from doing the Markarth Incident quest, which is you free Madanach and other forsworns from the prison, and you get a full set of forsworn armor that's actually enchanted. So enchanted stuff is usually better than non-enchanted stuff, so I'd recommend picking that up. For the weapons, I use the forsworn sword and Red Eagle's Bane. Red Eagle was a forsworn from a very long time ago, and it's kind of an idol and a hero in the eyes of the forsworn. You can get this sword by doing the Red Eagle quest, which is you can do this by reading the Red Eagle book that's scattered throughout Skyrim. You just keep your eye out open for that, and you can get that quest. For the spells, there's a bunch of different spells, but the ones I use is Frost Atronach. That's what you're going to use to fight by your side. Frost Cloak is really good because you can put it on and run in with your dual wield. And Ice Storm is also really good because it is an ice spell that does an AoE damage. So that way you can shoot it at people, and you might hit more than one person, and it kind of just steals everyone's stamina in that line, and it's really good. Restoration, just make sure you get a spell that heals yourself. And Alteration, I just use flesh spells to help me stay alive a little bit more, since I'm going to be in melee range most of the time. For the gameplay, it's pretty simple. You run in with your dual wield, and then deal damage with the dual wield, plus your flesh spell that you have on you. Your Atronach will also tank some, and also your Alteration spells will also make you more tanky. So this build is really good, because you are Breton, so you magic resist. You have ice spells, which lowers the stamina of melees, and also you have something to fight by your side to tank for you. So you kind of fight both melee and mages, and you have something to tank for you. So it's really good. I really enjoy it. You also can go more into magic and use dual wield, or you can use destruction magic more and stick to a pure mage. But I also like the dual wield damage, especially with Elemental Fury. You can use Elemental Fury with your swords to strike really fast, but it only works for non-enchanted swords, so it doesn't work for Red Eagle's Bane. So if you want to do that, you might recommend using 2 forsworn swords that are not enchanted. But anyways, this is the build. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Sorry there's been a lack of builds, but I'll eventually get around to doing more. But yeah, check out these 2 videos here if you haven't already, and make sure to subscribe for more. And this is Clayton, signing out.